Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cosplay Tea Time, a fun community of cosplayers bringing you podcast recordings where we'll talk about random fandoms, animes, the art of cosplaying, colors, conventions, you name it, we'll talk about it. We got a whole Google Doc full of fun and surprising themes for you all. So today's topic is going to be about invisible disabilities and cosplaying. It's going to be a bit of a serious topic, and we'll get into that more here in a bit. But first, I want to introduce our lovely guest and tea sippers here, and we forgot to plan. Oh no! We're going to start with Naomi, then Willow, back to Jen.
Alright. Hi everybody, it's Naomi. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. And you know me as Wildpot Cosplay on TikTok. Over to you, Willow.
I'm Willow. My pronouns are they, them. My socials are MusicWisp or Willow and Mess. I do a bunch of stuff.
Nice. Love it. Well, thank you both so much for joining me today. As always, my name is Jen. I'm the founder of Cosplay Tea Time, as well as today's host. I go by she, her pronouns, and I am on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at JenPeriodCosplays45. So, now that we got intros out of the way, we just have one icebreaker question for today, which is... There's so many questions on here. What movie and or / anime food do you want to try?
Oh my god, I would love to try the Hanami Dango from Demon Slayer. Willow?
So, I know ratatouille is an actual dish you can make, but the ratatouille in the movie from Ratatouille that Remy made just looks really good. Like, I want to be like I had Remy's ratatouille, okay? It looks so good.
Yes, I agree. Every single time it comes on the screen, I just drool. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need this in my life. Like right now. Oh gosh, let's see. What do I want to try? Definitely Dango from Demon Slayer. But I think too, just oh gosh, what do I want to try? So much good stuff. Probably gonna go. Oh gosh, I guess Lumbus bread from Lord of the Rings. I know it's not anime and stuff, but I was looking up some recipes the other day because I'm like, how hard can it be? Really not that hard. So I would want to try and make Lumbus bread. So a little bit different answer out there. So, alright, so that pretty much wrapped up a little fun icebreaker, kind of warming up the room in a sense. I'm going to do just a brief commercial break and then we'll get into today's topic. So, see if I got this. So if you're joining Cosplay Tea Time, this is your first time finding us and watching, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch as we take a moment out of our day to just kind of sit. We bring squishmallows, we bring water, tea, snacks, all that fun jazz, and we'll just talk about a random subject for a little bit, kind of pick each other's brains, have a good time, and then we get that out there for folks to watch and enjoy. So if you're a fellow cosplayer out there and you would like to join fun cosplay community, do let us know on our Instagram. We have a link tree down below. Follow all the socials. Make sure to follow our lovely guest and tea sippers here. They're awesome and amazing people. So I just want to say too, thank you everyone so much for the love and support throughout the years. So yay, good stuff. And I think Oliver also wants a minute to scream, so sorry in advance. You might hear him.
That's the cat, right?
Yeah, my cat Oliver. Yeah, it's the kitty.
Look who's Oliver the cat.
Oliver the cat, yes. You may hear him. Alrighty, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of a serious topic. I mean, not too serious, but, something very important to discuss within the cosplay community, as well as in, I'm sure, mental health communities as well, and that is the topic of invisible disabilities. I was made known by the awesome Naomi about Invisible Disabilities Week that happens about mid-October-ish. So we're going to be posting this podcast recording around that time, so we can kind of get the word out. So this is pretty exciting for me because I know, May is May Mental Wellness Month and all that, and then October 10th, which just so happened to pass, and once we get this recorded and posted and all that stuff, the World Mental Health Day is on October 10th. So there's another whole week of just, we get to talk about mental health. I'm just like, yes, more. So, alrighty. So, but real quick, I just want to go over a couple of definitions, then we'll get into our questions. Here's some thoughts and opinions from our tea sippers here. So defining what are invisible disabilities. So we have physical disabilities, which includes individuals who need to use wheelchairs, canes, or other physical needs and additional services to make sure that they are comfortable. And then you have mental disabilities, which includes individuals who experience intellectual disabilities such as ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression, OCD, the list goes on and on. So these are more hidden disabilities. You may not see it, like it might not be apparent on the outside, but inside the person, is experiencing this, they might be trying to manage. It's something that they have to go through. So we do want to ask that people are respectful within the room. I mean, it's already been made aware. I made sure to provide plenty of time to go over the questions, but also too in the comments, make sure you're being kind to one another, kind to us as we talk about it. I did post like a little warning before the recording, before all this gets posted, but just as a verbal reminder, if at any point it starts getting distressing a little bit too much, hit that pause button, eat a snack, take a walk, drink some tea, take a couple deep breaths, and then you can come back and join us again as we discuss invisible disabilities. So, right, Naomi, we're going to take it away with our first question being, what is the first thing you think of when hearing the term invisible disabilities?
I think of like terms like ADD, ADHD, traumatic brain injury, TBI. Willow?
I think of all of those, but I also think of something called PMDD, which the easiest way to explain what it is that your body's literally allergic to its own hormones, which is something I struggle with and that a lot of people don't realize is a thing. So.
Oh, I feel so bad. It doesn't sound very pleasant.
It's interesting, but after figuring out what it is and getting like medical help and stuff, it's a lot more manageable.
That's good. Get the help you need. Alrighty.
I actually was a part of Cosplay Tea Time and dropped out for like a year, and that was why. Because I took time to get ready and actually figure myself out. Because one thing, real quick, sorry, with invisible disabilities and stuff is sometimes when you figure out you had it, you have to make a change in lifestyle, but that also means sometimes you have to put some of your hobbies aside to figure everything out.
Yeah, I remember that like briefly. I can't believe that was like a year ago, but I remember that and stuff. And I was just like, "We'll welcome you back with open arms. If you need anything, like let me know and stuff." So yeah, absolutely. So you gotta take time to take care of yourself, mentally, physically, like all of the above, and then ease back into your hobbies. Maybe not go gung ho, like let's go. It's kind of like just very slowly. So I'm glad you're able to figure it out and you're managing it and hopefully feeling better. Yeah, so I did list a bunch of the terms like ADHD. I think autism might include as an invisible disability for some folks. So there's a whole bunch out there. I'm just gonna toss the DSM-5 at y'all. Hopefully it's not DSM-6. I haven't looked at it in a while, but yeah. So it's kind of just you don't see it physically on the outside. It's just more internal and everything like that. So and there are some folks who are a little bit more verbal about it. Like they're not afraid to say like I've been diagnosed with anxiety and stuff like that. There might be some folks that kind of keep it hidden. Maybe they'll share it with a couple of close friends. I know that sometimes happens too, where like in like a small group of like cosplayers, and they'll just be like, oh, like this person has this and stuff, but they might not want that information shared. So you gotta be careful with that too. Let me see. Next up, we have how can we support those with invisible disabilities in the cosplay community?
Well, one way is like if they have like sensory issues, take them away from what is irking them to have that reaction, whether it's auditory or visual. Willow?
Definitely that. Also, one thing, this will sound dumb. Drink water. A lot of times people when they get stressed out and stuff, they get dehydrated more easily and it's harder to drink water and stuff. And that's why sometimes cons drive me insane where I'm trying to bring in bottled water and they're like, you can't do that. I'm like, I understand what you're coming from saying I can't bring in
Mm-hmm.
bottled water, but at the same time, like the risk factor is you rather me drink this water than have issues later, have friends that
Yeah.
have issues later. Like this is just something that's easy for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just finding just making sure that like your friends and your groups are comfortable and making sure you have things available. Like I have a friend that has pots and like we always try to like explain, hey, she has pots. We have a thing of chips, like as like an emergency thing. Like we still want to buy from your vendors, but this is like a medical thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah. Yes, drink your water. So, and I feel like I definitely hide like little snacks and stuff in my bags. So I'm probably gonna get checked out like every single convention now. Now that I say that, but yeah, just having like little snacks and stuff. There was actually, you would have liked the one convention I went to. There was a gentleman walking around with a bunch of like just a cardboard box of snacks, and he was just giving out like free snacks to everybody. So I was like, hey, thank you. So I got like a little granola bar. It's like, oh, it's so sweet. Because yeah, sometimes at conventions or even like in cosplaying, you know, if you're doing like back-to-back cosplay photo shoots, you might forget to hydrate, to eat, like your basic needs. Gonna bring in a little bit of Maslow here. I'm sorry, but you know, like your basic needs, food, water, and all that, and then getting into like security and stuff like that. So definitely want to make sure like you're taking care of yourself during that. I forgot my own question. Oh, how can we support? Okay, yes. So making sure that you know there's folks are staying safe. Kind of knowing like what their limits are. Like visually, sensory. I think Naomi is what you covered and stuff, and that's a good point too. So just I had a thought and it just went. I hate when that happens. I'm so sorry.
well, I have a thought. If you want to try to think of your
Okay.
thoughts, I say my thought again real
Yeah.
quick.
Yep.
Well, like especially like I realized I like half said a thought earlier with the water and food and stuff. Especially people that have like ADHD and autism too. They get excited. People with autism a lot of times have a hard time actually like their body will send them signals, but they can't understand what the signals mean, such as water, food. People with ADHD just lose track of time, especially if it's something they enjoy. So it's more than just like, oh, like, okay, guys, like, have your snacks. You get excited, you have fun, you're out there, and it just literally slips your mind as a thing that you actually need to do,
Yeah.
which is like why, like, when I try to go with groups where we're all kind of some kind of disabled and we all support each other and try to help each other out and remember things. And it's kind of
Okay.
funny
That was
because it's like, oh, don't forget to take your meds. Did you take your meds? Oh, shoot, pass the water around. But like, it really helps to do the groups and just support each other and also just watch out for other people. I know a lot of times there's a lot of discourse about canes, whether or not we're not here to talk about the discourse, but if somebody does happen to have a cane, do give them a little bit extra room. Don't be like an idiot and try to like bump into them as a joke and stuff. Like you don't know what's going on. It's none of your business, really, what's going on. It's just like making sure everybody's comfortable, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up because now I have now I remembered it. Like travel in groups, maybe have like one person try to set like a timer or something. Like, you know, if you have to take medication at a certain time, like set a timer or have like one person like try to remind you and stuff. I think I talked about this, I don't remember when or where, but like in conventions, having like water stations. I don't know a better word. If anybody has a better word, let me know. But just having like little stations, like little rest breaks. And it could be like a sign, like, you know, hey, did you hydrate? Do you need a snack? Do you need to, you know, take a break for a little bit or something? Not like every single aisle or something, but like have like one or two just like little stations so that way folks can like take a minute, take a deep breather. You know, sometimes cosplays can be heavy too, like and everything like that. So like making sure that you know you're staying hydrated and cool if it's like a really hot convention and stuff. So it might be, but that's more like big conventions and stuff like that. So trying to keep it small. Cutie. Try. Alrighty, so next up we have what are some challenges within the cosplay community for individuals who have a disability?
I would definitely say that sensory issues is a really big concern within the cosplay community because, like, you have to think of like things of texture and like visual things like color. You have
Mhm.
to remember that some people have like reactions to that, and their reaction might be more extreme than yours. So
Mm.
keep that in mind. Willow?
Um, I had the question. I lost the question.
Oh,
Can you say the question again, real quick?
yeah, of course. What are some challenges within the cosplay community for individuals who have a disability?
So a couple years ago, I had to wear braces more with my cosplays, and a lot of people are started getting nitpicky and stuff. I think people forget
Oh.
because it's really cool seeing how like social media has brought cosplay like in a bigger like eyes of everybody else and stuff. But cosplays to have fun with the characters and do your own spin. And I just had regular braces. Like I've seen people that are able to decorate their braces and have them blend in with their costume or like have it complemented and stuff. Sometimes realizing like, yeah, I can dress up and still have a brace. Like there's no need to make it a competition. Be like, your brace doesn't blend in with a
Mm.
like it's just have fun. I don't know. I feel like people take
Mm.
it a way higher level and be really nitpicky, and there's really no need to do that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
agree 100% with that. It's like, you're there to be a character and stuff like that. And it really, Naomi said my favorite word earlier, and I'm going to use it too, irk. It really irks me whenever people are just like, oh, like this, person doesn't wear XYZ or have like that and stuff. And it's just like, they're there to cosplay, they're there to have fun, and you're just gonna completely do that. So I haven't really seen it recently. I think because more folks have been like sharing posts and stuff, or maybe I've been seeing more posts about it, but I've been seeing the more wholesome side. It's like so weird. It's like a year ago seeing like people just being like really mean and like really negative and like comments and stuff, but now it's like it seems a little bit more positive, but I don't know. I know. But yeah, definitely just like seeing like either like other folks going through like comments about like, oh, this character doesn't sit in a wheelchair and stuff like that, and it's like, go away, go sit in the corner, nobody asked you. So that's as nice as I'm gonna get with it. But yeah, I'm just like, just go away. If you don't like it, you don't have to say anything. But yeah, and I think too, the other thing, and this is what I've been struggling with, like personally, is just like I wouldn't say like getting punished by Instagram or anything like that or by TikTok, but like sometimes getting sent to the shadow ban realm, and then like nobody's liking your post and comments that you spent a lot of time on, and then it's like, well, did I do a good job? Do I look like the character? Did I caption it weird? Like, did I do something? And then it's just that internalized thought process, and this is Jen in a nutshell. I get all up in my head and I get worried, and then it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this and stuff. So like I'll text like one of my friends and I'll be like, I don't think cosplay's for me, and they're like, you shut your mouth in the best possible way. They're very nice friends. They'll be like, you shut your mouth, your cosplays are awesome and stuff like that. So there's also that too, as the algorithm is not very kind sometimes to the anxiety. So algorithm anxiety. There you go. I'm gonna coin it. Alrighty. Next up, we have how can cosplayers support cosplayers with a disability?
Like I said previously, like understand their sensory issues, understand like their disabilities, ask questions if they feel comfortable enough about talking about it, and get to understand what you can do to help and what you can't do with these certain disabilities, such as like ADHD, anxiety, and so on and so forth. Willow?
It's just always understanding, especially if it's a stranger, you don't know this person, don't like please don't do flash photography. I'm People will take pictures randomly sometimes when I'm in cosplay and it has the flash, it just blinds and it hurts my eyes. But just also like it's easy to ask questions. It's if you want to talk to that person, make sure that you have space between the two. Like if they're having a hard time hearing, like just being understanding and just working with them, because there's so many other cool people out there. It's just half the time people get frustrated trying to talk to them because they're struggling, or it's just like the fear of like, I want to talk to this person but I don't know how they're going to take this. It's just basically be understanding, I guess, is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say.
No, I love that. It's like being understanding, patience, and compassion are like the main three things, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because, that person might not feel comfortable, especially if it's a stranger or something, but, just having like a couple close friends know, like, hey, like, I have this diagnosis and I need to take medication or, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so I was kind of, I don't know why I've been sticking with social media, um, but yeah, so I'll do social media and I guess in real life conventions, I don't know what the term is, but because, at some of the conventions I've been to, I have seen people with, canes or in a wheelchair and stuff. And, I will make room. I'll just kind of like move off to the side to another table. Sometimes something shiny catches my eye and I'm just like, oh, I'm going to go over here now. But, usually I'll make room for them. If we make eye contact, I think this happened to me once. I made eye contact with someone. I was just like, oh, hey, how's your day going? They were like, oh, it's going great. How's your day? Like, you're just being kind and polite. Like, they're people too. So it's like, it's just taking a moment just to be like, hey, how's everything going? And they were just like, cool beans. So, and then, oh, can I say one more thing? Okay. And then social media, whenever I see like a cosplayer, I'll like their post. Sometimes I'll leave a comment, especially since I've seen a couple folks like post like similar fandoms that I'm interested in. So whenever I see like them cosplaying from that fandom, I'm just like, oh, yes, let's go. Like, you look incredible, amazing. Like, really trying to be uplifting and supportive. So, Willow, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm so scattered-brained.
Okay.
Another thing that came up is like if you bring kids to conventions and there is someone in a wheelchair, there is someone with a cane or something, and or like an amputee or something, and the kids start staring, don't be like, don't stare, because there's a difference between being like, yeah, the kid's being a little rude because he's staring, but he's also seeing something new for the first time. You a lot of times, if the person's okay, you're like, hey, do you like you ask the kid, hey, do you want to say hi to them? Like, do you want to high five them? A lot of times, like, just basically normalize it, because it really is a normal thing that a lot of people really do have. Is just half of the time they are too scared of like society and stuff to actually bring out their support with them. um
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Normalize it. Letting kids know that, hey, there are people too. They're dressed in awesome cosplay, so go get yourself a high five if that person wants to. So I love that idea. Yay. Uh-oh. There's so many questions on the list, I keep getting lost. Oh man. I think I already touched based on this, but y'all are free to share your thoughts. So, what are some things to consider when meeting, talking, or seeing individuals with a disability, either at a live convention or online?
Well, be understanding that A, they might not want to talk about it, or B, they might not want to have you mention it. Willow?
just be respectful, treat them like any other person. If you have questions, sometimes they're comfortable sharing, sometimes they're not. Either way, they don't owe you an explanation, no matter how many support devices they have with them or how little they have. Like, it's one of those things, like, yeah. Words.
Words are great. You know that feeling. Oh. Yeah, so just again, being kind, empathetic, understanding, asking questions. Don't just like, kind of rush up to them and be like, "Oh, let me help you." They might not really need your help or anything like that. They might not know you or something like that. But if you ask like, "Hey, can I help you with anything? Like, can I assist you? Is there somebody else I can get for you?" Like, that would be a bit more gosh, words. Oh no. That would be a little bit, I guess, kinder and just like understanding, like, they need help, but you don't have to be a superhero and rush in or anything like that. You just take the time to be like, is there a way that I can help you? And if they're like, yeah, you can help and stuff, and then by all means, do that and all that. But if not, then kind of take a step back. So they're not being rude. They just might not know you. Maybe they have somebody else that might be coming up and helping. So I'm just doing that as well. Let me see. Did I have anything else? So meeting, talking, or seeing individuals. Yeah, it's just, if you see them, you can say hi, you can wave. You can be like, I like your cosplay. Maybe they're cosplaying from a fandom that you like and enjoy. So it's just treating them kindness and respect. So, alrighty. Oh man, I keep answering the questions beforehand. Oh no. So let me see. What can folks do and or say when seeing someone with a disability?
Like you said, if they're struggling to like lift something or carry something, be kind about like, hey, do you need help? Or hey, do you have somebody who can help you? Or do you want me to find like a person of staff or a volunteer to come and help you? Willow?
Just be respectful. If they look like they might need help, offer your help. If they say no, don't really mention it again. And
Mhm.
like, if someone's in a wheelchair, they're trying to go somewhere, don't be like, oh, let me help you and push you.
Yeah.
That is basically would be the equivalent of like holding down someone's legs. That is their way of transportation. That's their way of moving. And now you are taking control of that. And that's just really weird and kind of terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Don't touch anybody's wheelchair, braces, support devices, I guess would be the term to use. Like, just don't touch it. You don't have permission. It's not yours. Do not touch. So, was that No Touchy from Emperor's New Groove? I've been quoting that all week. So, yeah, just don't do it. But yeah, just like asking for permission. And there's something else. Oh no. For like bigger conventions and stuff like that, like having like accessibility, like any ramps, stairs are like sturdy, they're not wobbly. The railing, because like sometimes for can't talk, for like cosplay contests and stuff, it might be on like a stage. So like having a way to make it accessible for folks with like physical support devices, or maybe they're not really comfortable being on stage or something. Maybe if there's like a lower platform or floor or something that they can walk, show off their cosplays and stuff like that. So like making sure that like stairs are good, any railings, maybe there's a backup plan, any ramps, and accessible places to like eat and stuff as well. If there's like a snack bar or something, like make sure that like it's not like a narrow space that people can get through comfortably and stuff. So it's a little bit hard because each convention might be a bit different. So like with the spacing and stuff, but like just having like an area and only closing it off for folks that might need that area as well would be very, very helpful, I feel like. So hopefully someone out there is listening. Alrighty. Next up we have, what are essential considerations for live conventions to be inclusive?
Well, like you said, ramps, stairs, maybe escalators and elevators if possible. Wheelchair accessible parking, and also like if need be, at the worst case scenario, medical personnel staff. Willow?
So one thing that like people that are going to the con can definitely make sure that they're doing is one, this is, I know you probably hear this a lot, but like pick up your trash for multiple reasons. Some people may not step well, they may be wheelchairs. It's more likely for people to trip over things, and then fall over, and that causes a whole other issue. But also, like, I know, like, when you have fun with a group and stuff, sometimes you go sit down somewhere. Make sure it's in like a corner, or like that you're not blocking a path. At least in a couple cons that I've been to, people love to like sit on the ramp, on the edges of the ramp, blocking the railing, or they're just kind of like, you have the railing and they're kind of like 3/4 of the ramp is taken up by the group. You're taking away space that someone may need to go up. And they're like, well, people can still come around, but you're making it harder for them to do it. And now they're nervous about doing it because there's a bunch of people that are down with a bunch of little fingers down with stuff everywhere. It just starts becoming a minefield. And half of the time, it's not really worth trying to go up anymore. And then now they're stuck on the bottom floor instead of being able to go up where everybody else is. And it's just like being considerate and watching where you are. It's like one of those things where, like, if somebody mentions it, you're like, that makes sense. But I used to be one of those ramp people until one time I had a friend snap at me. I was like, oh, like, that never fully clicked to me. And so now there's things like, if you're on the opposite side and you're trying to go up, it's just sometimes telling people, they'll actually realize they're kind of messed up. And then just, I guess, understanding on both sides.
Yeah.
But just watch where you're sitting. Don't leave stuff around. Just try to keep things clear.
Love it. You all thought of ideas I never even considered before. So I guess those are really good things to bring up and everything, like the parking. And I didn't think about trash or anything like that. Maybe because I'm just like such a neat freak. I'm just like, I gotta put trash in here. I carry like my own little separate trash bag, which is what I should have mentioned in the convention podcast later. But so but yeah, those are like really, really important too. I forget what else. Oh no. Really quick. I think we mentioned this before in a separate podcast, but just having like a quiet space, quiet area, a little bit further away from the convention, but like if it's at like a university, maybe it's like a library, maybe it's like a panel room, a convention room. So that way folks that might just need a minute to like sit, take a couple deep breaths, unwind and stuff. If they're sensory overload and stuff, they can just like go to like this little quiet space and just kind of decompress and everything. So also to medical staff and any security guards that might be able to help as well. So when they're trained, gotta get your training. Okay, so we have one more question and then we'll kind of wrap up, which is, how can cosplayers spread awareness? So this could be share stories, advocate, share posts online. What are some other ways that we can kind of spread awareness about invisible disabilities?
Well, advocacy is a good reason, but there are like so many causes that you could like pick from, like ADHD awareness, brain injury awareness, and so on and so forth. It's just like hard to pick and choose what you want to support. You just gotta like do your own research and decide what you want to support and what you don't want to support. Willow?
So it's just like, like a lot of times on my TikTok and my YouTube, I'll actually mention like all illnesses because I want to spread awareness. And I remember being on the other side, but you also don't have to tell everybody, hi, I have this, and this, and this. You can just advocate for just, I guess, people being respectful about it. You don't have to throw yourself out there that much. Or just one thing to do is like you can share other people's posts and stuff. There's this really cool person. She's a Disney cast member. She does stage theater and she's in the wheelchair and she does the Captain America thing. And it's really, really cool. And it's great seeing people like see that and see like, hey, sure, she's not dancing on both of her legs with everybody else, but like this is a Disney stage theater that she is doing, that she's a part of, and she's still able, like I think she said she did most of the wheelchair choreography for it. But it's just really cool seeing that, and that it just brings light, I guess, to it more. And people have been, at least on my page, have been sharing it more and more. And it just kind of clicks. People are like, oh, she's another person. She's just like us. She can still do theater. Like, it's just really cool. I guess just sharing is what I'm saying.
Sharing. Share away. So I also do try to share stories, either like cosplayers and stuff like that. Mostly because I'm just like, look at this amazing cosplay and stuff. And also to like cosplay community group Instagram pages. I hope that makes sense. Where they'll just be like, hey, friendly reminder, cosplayers who or individuals or cosplayers who have a disability, like they're people too. Let's be respectful. Let's remember XYZ and stuff. So I'll share that from time to time. So especially with convention convention season picking up. Oops. Sorry, y'all.
Convention seasoning.
Yummy.
I'm just imagining like a bagel. Can we make just
Oh.
convention seasoning tea instead of
Oh
slushy
my gosh.
seasoning? It's convention seasoning.
I'm sorry.
No, it's amazing. I'm sorry. I love it. I'm sorry.
Words are great. Oh goodness me. Yes, so definitely advocate. Just a couple reminders before we go around and ask for any other questions and feedback. So just remember, cosplayers are people too. They like the same anime, shows, animations, movies, all that fun stuff, fandoms, and as well as cosplaying, of course. So we want them to feel welcome, supported, and safe within the cosplay community. So hopefully something stuck out to you today so you can go out and make sure that you're helping folks out there with invisible disabilities. So we're going to go and wrap up, see if anybody has questions in the tea room, as we like to call it here. So Naomi? Questions?
Nope.
Willow?
We're all good here.
Sweet. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Just want to say thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Willow and Naomi for coming and talking about this topic. It's something we need to talk about more, so any excuse, any little reason, I'm just like, ooh, yes, we're going to incorporate it here in this season. So really, really enjoy talking about visible disabilities and cosplaying. So hope everyone is taking care, staying safe, eat a snack, drink water. Gotta be drinking some water. Yang tells you to drink water. So, but I hope everyone, we'll see everyone in the next episode. So until then, keep sipping away. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.